Holy smokes, it is the summer and I am having so much fun reading a lot of amazing middle grade books. I'm reading about a book a day. And today I want to tell you about 5 amazing middle grade books that you're going to want to add to your to-read list. Let's start with Aaron Soderbergh Downing's What Happened Then. This is the story of a family that isn't close, right? Aunts, uncles, cousins. The parents have passed away. They're not close. Avery and Jax are the 2 main characters. This book is told back and forth from their points of view. And they're all going to spend some time in the summer on this private island that their family has owned. It's got like some rundown cabins. It's not like super fancy or anything like that, but it's where all of Avery and Jax's aunts and uncles grew up spending most of their summers there. And none of the family is excited except for Avery. She's really excited to bring the family back together. Jax, not so much. And when they get there, no one's really getting along. No one wants to be there. The aunt that's trying to bring them all together is doing her darndest, but it's not working. And come to find out, one of the siblings of the aunts and uncles died on that island when they were kids, and no one will talk about it. They all refuse to talk about it. And Avery and Jax, they kind of start to dig. And they're kind of trying to figure out what really happened that summer. What is the thing that broke this family apart? And they're finding pages of a journal, pages of a diary all around the island in these like coffee cups, coffee, like Folgers coffee tins. And they start to put pieces together, and they're starting to try to figure out, why does this family not get along? Holy smokes, what they uncover, what they realized blew my mind. I did not see it coming. This one is a lot of fun, friends. Check out What Happened Then. Phenomenal middle grade. Next up, The 9 Moons of Han Yu in Luli. This book takes place in 1731 China and 1931 Chinatown. Kind of another one where it goes back and forth with narrators. And the magic in this book, the way that Corinna is able to bring everything together and to connect these 2 stories, that is just mind-blowing. I was on the edge of my seat in the year 731 as this boy is trying to save his family from poverty during a famine. And the way that connects with the story that takes place during the Great Depression, and this family on the verge of losing everything, losing this restaurant that they have, this building that they are close to owning. It's just a really beautiful story. It feels very Newbery to me. So keep an eye on this one. It's a book that I think young readers are going to be captivated by. I know that I was, and I think that they're going to feel the same way. Next up, I read this one on vacation, sitting on the beach, The Free State of Jax. It's a book about a boy named Jax who lives with his aunt, uncle, and cousins, and they are the absolute worst. He used to live with his grandmother. His parents have passed away. He used to live with his grandmother, but she's getting kind of up there in age, and it was decided that she couldn't take care of him anymore. So they're living with the aunts and uncles, and it turns out the aunts and uncles, they just want the check from the state. They just want the money. They treat him like absolute garbage, absolute trash. And when he turns 12 years old, the morning of his 12th birthday, I think it's his 12th birthday, he decides to run away and basically start his own micronation. And he's got it all figured out. He's done all the research. He understands all of the rules of creating your own micronation. And obviously the aunt and uncle are super mad. The police officers aren't really thinking that this is going to be a real thing, but he ends up getting some land from this neighbor guy whose life is kind of falling apart, but he kind of decides he'll play along. Turns out there's this big, huge mystery in the town that Jax didn't see coming, and the way that is kind of woven into his own personal story. I don't know how people come up with these ideas, because they just are amazing and out of this world, and Jennifer Nielsen has created it here in The Free State of Jax. I was like, let's go, Jax. And the way all of the other kids in the community become a part of this micronation that he's created, oh my gosh, what a fun, beautiful read. All right, what do we have? 2 more. Jennifer L. Holm has written a middle grade dystopian novel, unlike anything. She says it's unlike anything she's ever written before, but she wrote a book about the Lion of Mars, about a kid in like community living on Mars. So she's not afraid of science fiction. And in this book, outside there has been a poison that has, kind of wreaked havoc on the planet. And there are very few survivors, but this one community has found a way to survive in like a rich guy's old underground bunker that he created. So I think there were 7 kids and 7 adults. One of the kids has passed away inside this bunker, and they've been there for years. None of them ever remember ever being outside of this compound their entire life. And Rosie is our main character, and she has had to have a heart transplant, which is amazing that they're able to do in this bunker. And technology has kind of advanced in this society, and she gets a heart of a greyhound dog. And with this new heart, she kind of feels like she's developing some animal instincts and the idea of wanting to run and chase and be free. And holy smokes, it goes on this wild ride. I don't want to give anything away. But there's so many things that I want to talk about. I think young readers will be on the edge of their seat. I think they will not be able to put this book down. I think that they will be shocked, like I was. You find out what happens later in the book. Friends, check out Outside. It's so stinking good. And finally, a book that I read, just basically sitting right over here by my pool, just sat down and just read the whole thing. Miss Liberty is the story of this girl named Savvy, whose whole dream in life is to be part of the Miss Liberty, I guess, kind of pageant, this Miss Liberty event that they have in their community around the 4th of July. And her aunt was Miss Liberty. Her sister is currently Miss Liberty for the 3rd time in a row. And she dreams that one day she will get to be Miss Liberty, but they're getting rid of the parade. They don't really have the money in the community anymore. It doesn't have quite the same buzz and excitement Miss Liberty did that it had in the past, but it's something that this community has been doing forever. And so she decides she wants to try to help her aunt save Miss Liberty, while at the same time, her sister, Savvy's sister, Levi, has decided that she's going to use the Miss Liberty platform to try to make change, because she doesn't think that Miss Liberty should be silent, and that Miss Liberty should have a platform and try to help people out. And when the voting center in this community moves 40 miles outside of town, making it very difficult for people to vote, Levi decides that she is going to use this platform she has to make change. And people in the community are mad. They are super upset. Miss Liberty is supposed to be pretty and quiet and just dancing and doing all the pageanty things, but not to have any say in how things work. And Savvy is kind of struggling because she believes in Miss Liberty and what it stands for. And then she kind of starts to understand what her sister is trying to do. Holy smokes, what a book. Friends, so many amazing books for young readers. I hope you found something awesome in this book talk video to add to your to-read list. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome-tastic